Valve, a company that was founded by Gabe Newell, August 24, 1996, is famous for its popular online distribution gaming platform known as Steam, and in 2017 amassed an estimated $4.3 billion in game sales on Steam alone, which would make Gaben, who owns over 50% of the company, worth billions of dollars. Though where do these billions come from? Well, just like online distribution platforms and marketplaces, it comes from taking a percentage of those that choose to host their products, or in this case, video games, on the Steam platform. Those being the game developers that you either love or hate, for example, Bethesda, IO Interactive, Square Enix, Bluehold, and 4A Games. Well, actually, scratch that last one because recently the developers of the popular title Metro Exodus and their publisher Deep Silver, who previously made Metro 2033, Metro Last Light, and Redux packages available on Steam, have recently made a controversial move to pull their game completely from the Steam platform. So why is this? And why are people so angry about it? Let's discuss. So 2 weeks before the release of Metro Exodus, which was February 15th of this year, 4A Games made the decision to go exclusively with Epic Games to distribute their PC title. This caused a lot of uproar in the PC gaming community, where most people have a lot of their current games library on Steam. And since gamers were originally promised the title on Steam, and having even had the original Steam logos printed on the box copies of Metro Exodus, the frustration was understandable, as changing to a new platform would mean that one would have to install yet another one of many game launches to a popular PC title. And if you guys didn't know, there are currently a heap of these around already, like Ubisoft's Uplay launcher, EA's Origin Games, GOG, Blizzard, Steam, and now Epic. And the thing is, these platforms usually on popular titles like to go with exclusivity, especially Blizzard for example. So if you're an avid PC gamer, you most likely have more than just one of these platforms currently installed on your computer. Honestly though, it gets even worse when you have to benchmark many different PC titles for new graphics card releases, for example. Though, frustrations aside, Epic Games, however, is very interesting to me personally because they are changing the game and charging the game developers only 12% to distribute their games on their platform. This is a massive saving, and the incentive to the game developers themselves versus Steam's current model, which has been recently re-amended too, where Steam currently takes a 30% cut on the first $10 million of sales, which then drops to 25% for the next $40 million, and then after that, $50 million in sales, it drops to 20%. Basically, the argument is twofold with Steam's current model, having both for and against, which is generally considered an industry standard, the 30% cut that is, though others consider it a license to print money off of trees. Though in Steam's defense, they do provide game developers various tools, like for instance, key code generation, anti-cheat services, cloud saves, developer tools, online server support for multiplayer gaming, and also of course access to their popular platform with over 150 million registered users that could readily purchase and install the game with ease. Though here's the crux, and why I'm honestly surprised people are at the worst threatening to boycott 4A Games. I feel it's a little too much, especially since it is a single player focused title and 4A won't really get the full benefits out of a Steam subscription. Just because Steam have garnered themselves as being the most popular platform on PC and everyone likes to have all their games neatly tucked into one folder, I think it does not mean that they can get away with the industry standards forever. By charging game developers 30% all the time to sell their games, some could say that it makes the online video games marketplace less competitive, especially when game developers can get more out of the deal with Steam than others may get. Though a 30% cut also means that we can, in turn, expect to basically end up paying more for our video games. I mean, honestly, who hasn't gone to some CD key site or some third-party online marketplace to buy a CD key code cheaper than what they otherwise could have paid retail? So charging game developers 30% ultimately means that we will just end up paying more for these titles, all other things equal. Hey, I love paying 18% more money than I have to, just so I can keep my library of games neat and tidy, games that I don't even actually own. That is something I have heard no one say ever, period. So personally, as an avid PC gamer, I welcome the rise of Epic Games and their 12% take versus Steam's initial 30%. Regardless of what the industry standard is, competition is always a good thing in my eyes. In enthusiast tech, for example, people constantly complain about companies like Nvidia charging more for graphics cards as the years go on, simply because of decreased competition from the competitor, in this case AMD's Radeon graphics. Well, at least with the RTX graphics cards, you get a larger piece of silicon on your graphics card, with near worthless features on your card like ray tracing and DLSS, for example. In relation to having Metro Exodus on Steam versus Epic, it just means 4A Games loses 18% per sale extra to Steam versus Epic Games. And to be frank, as Steam's economy of scales grows and grows, the rates they charge per se retaining to the theory of economies of scale should decrease. Yet it doesn't, and as the PC gaming community only grows and grows itself, and with it the potential money to be made does too, so should competition. And that is exactly what is now happening with the sudden sway of Epic Games. Though I do wonder, with all that money being made in recent years on Valve's behalf, where is Half-Life 3? I mean, the rumor has it that the script is locked away somewhere in a vault and some bogan got a trolley from Woolworths and put the vault on a trolley, and then that trolley is still rolling down an abandoned road to this date. That's the rumor. Let us know down in the comments if you have heard differently. Though lastly, regardless of what the industry standard is, as an individual, imagine selling something on eBay and having eBay take a 30% cut of your item sale. You'd probably just sell the thing locally for half the price to avoid any hassles, or in the case of a competitor, look for somewhere else that simply didn't charge as much, in this case 12%. The alternative still having very strong market reach, I can almost certainly guarantee you I know which site I'd be selling my used on. So Epic Games coming in with a 12-88 split automatically makes themselves a top choice for game developers who wish to distribute their games online. Epic, however, on the negative, does mostly require title exclusivity, whether it be the first 12 months or other agreements made. So that means your game a lot of the time won't be available on other platforms. Though one might wonder, since Epic is a newcomer in the scene, one would think they could be muscled by other companies like Valve and EA, for example, without having as strong as an established infrastructure. Though this would be very inaccurate to think so. Fortnite used the Epic Games launcher and grew to be the most popular played title on PC, a move that not many saw coming at all, and with this, Epic's rise to the top has come very quickly, surprising all the competitors by storm. Also, 40% of the Epic Games company is owned by the publicly traded Tencent Holdings, which is one of the 5th largest companies in the world, absolutely trumping that of Valve and Steam in terms of capital available. The other 60% is privately owned by the founders of Epic Games, and as such, with the funding available from a massive conglomerate like Tencent, they have the resources available to make the platform polished and ensure it works properly over different operating systems like Windows 10, Android, Mac, and Linux, for example. Personally, I've only used this platform to benchmark Fortnite and now Metro Exodus, though I've never had a problem with it, and copying games is similar in fashion to that of Origin. That is, it isn't that hard to use. They also haven't presented any headaches for me personally. However, where do things go from here? Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the nature of competition, and not welcoming it would be, in my opinion, hypocritical, especially if someone were to complain about higher prices on graphics cards and games in general, and then turn around and expect companies to pay Valve's 30% cut. Though I believe 4A Games and their Metro Exodus title is only a beginning of a huge trend that will take the online PC gaming world by storm. Epic Games have already established themselves with massive market penetration, and also another thing worth mentioning is that Fortnite has a huge user base on smartphones, to whom, if they were to port to PC, will probably install the Epic launcher to play Fortnite the moment that PC boots up. So it is gaining traction very quickly. A snowball mixed in with a freight train would be the best way to describe Epic Games at the moment. And that snow train only continues to run away on the tracks, with the developers of The Division 2 also having recently made the decision to sign with Epic partially exclusivity as well, and sales are already 6-fold that of the original, which was on Steam. Other exclusives also include Ashen and Journey, and Epic also has free giveaways every 2 weeks, and is basically going all in against Steam, even offering developers that use the Unreal Engine 4, which inherently has a 5% royalty fee cut to its developers, to come off Epic's own 12% cut. In other words, game developers that use the Unreal Engine 4 and sell their PC titles with Epic Games still get an 88% revenue split, as opposed to Valve's Steam, which would then adjust the split to allow the game developers to receive 65%. 12% take versus 35% take. If I had the choice to pay one tax rate over the other, I certainly know which rate I would be paying. But what about the boycott power of the people? For me personally, I don't really care what platform the game is on. A good PC title will always speak for itself. I've never been one who has been really interested in politics and all that other bullshit, he say, she say. And from here I see either of two things happening. The first, we have a domino effect against Steam, one in favor of Epic Games, where developers en masse with AAA titles start to sign with Epic, or Steam radically change their pricing structure and start to become much more competitive. Either way, game developers and our wallets ultimately end up winning because of this, how should you call it, steamy epic battle. Though to further complicate things, another newcomer into the market also has been creating noise, and that is the popular video gaming chat application called Discord, having a universal game launcher and now a store of its own, to which they have a Nitro subscription service for $10 a month, giving access to currently over 60 games, promises to bring its own competition to the market. Though in the meantime, one thing for sure is that 2019 is going to get much more competitive in terms of online PC game distribution, so buckle up and enjoy the ride. Though speaking of enjoyment, if you guys enjoyed this one, then be sure to hit that like button and let us know what you think of the Steam versus Epic Games battle. Is this the beginning of a big change or something else? Let us know down below in the comments. Love reading your thoughts and opinions as always. And if you want to see the videos the moment they drop, sub button's down there somewhere. If you click it, make sure you hit that bell notification. You'll get the videos as soon as they drop. And also if you want that inside scoop, Instagram Tech Yes City. And I'll catch you in another tech video very soon. Peace out for now. Bye.